Nice. Buffering's not nice though. Alright, hopefully it doesn't do that. Anyway, hi guys. Random stream. Gotta mute now. I wanted to do these new flavor art flavors. I mixed about, I think, 9 of them last night. So they really haven't steeped or anything, but I think most of these probably don't need to. But of course, I'm losing my voice as I go live. That's great. Oh, that's so annoying. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of new flavors that came out. I think about 15 as far as what's available on Bull City. There are a few that, for whatever reason, aren't on Bull City. Luckily enough, most of them I didn't really care about anyway. The only one that I really wanted that they didn't have was the vanilla wafer. I'm not sure why they don't have that, but it is what it is. I want to go over what the new flavors are. I did not get the tobacco, which I would have, but there was 2 that I wasn't sure if they were new or not, and apparently they were, and I didn't realize it until after I'd already ordered it. So I might grab it the next time I order from them if they're available, but if not, I mean, it is what it is. I have plenty of flavors. Bull City also carries Purelum now, so I did want to go over like my favorite Purelum flavors that they carry. I wonder if you can change the latency once you're live. So it looks like it's buffering a lot. I tried to do an ultra low latency and it might be screwing me, and not in a good way. I don't know if I can edit it now. Hello, Ian and Max. But yeah, they have Purelum now, so I wanted to go over some things because I know a lot of people aren't super familiar with them. And while they have some crappy flavors like any other brand, they do have some good ones. And luckily enough, Bull City is carrying some of my favorite ones. So the new flavor art flavors are ice cream, Italian, Decano tobacco, which is the 2 that I did not get, custard extra, papaya Indian, which I hate papaya, so I did not get that one, long and fresh, banana candy, vanilla cookie, Jacote, and I might be butchering these names, plum, strawberry green, lulo, Costa Rica Pineapple, creamy liquor special. I did not get that one either. I don't really like boozy vapes. Cheesecake, Olympus, Pina Colada Brazilian, and cherry juice. I ended up mixing up almost all of the ones that I grabbed, I think except 2, just because I couldn't narrow it down, because these ones I really wanted to know what they were like. Like, I have yet to find a good plum flavor, so I did mix that up. I did the cheesecake because I heard the cheesecake is good. I did the Costa Rica pineapple. Mind you, I cannot stand their regular pineapple, so I was interested to see if I get like the notes from this pineapple as I do their regular pineapple, because their regular pineapple tastes like tires to me, like burnt tires and onions. It's not good, and I'm not the only one because Dave gets the same notes, so that makes me feel a little bit better. I did the banana candy, which is actually supposed to be pretty good. I did the pina colada because why not? I did the strawberry green because I want to see if I can taste it, because I'm still having my strawberry tasting issues. I did their cherry juice, their custard, and I do like their regular custard. And I got the cookie. I don't like their regular cookie. However, I will say it smells really good, so we'll see. Hello Fresh, Natalie, Deb. So, yeah. We're just going to get into it, because the way I do these, they usually take forever, and since I have so many, it's probably going to be a very long stream. We'll see. As I have been doing for a while now, I will put like a summary at the bottom in the description box, so if people don't want to wait like an hour or two to figure out, you know, what I get from these flavors, you can just go down there and see. So, kind of an update, because I think the last video I did was the Momo one. If you haven't watched it, don't. Please don't. It's kind of cringe, but she's doing okay. Her shot seems to be wearing off again, because she did get sick a couple times, so I don't know how often she'll have to get that or what the case is with that, but that's kind of where it is. She's gotten better since those incidents, but it's still kind of, her appetite's still not great, so I don't know. We're just kind of playing it by ear at this point. She just had her 14th birthday about 4 days ago. So, yeah. And then Friday, I was on the road all day. I had a memorial for my grandfather, my dad's dad. He passed a couple weeks ago. So, you know, there was that. Oh, some kind of good news is my shift change at work. So, I don't know why I'm saying so much. I need to stop. I'm not used to doing lives anymore. I'm working 10 to 7 instead of 12 to 9, which is nice. The only downside is like my sleep schedule is still really screwed up. I have not been able to acclimate yet. And it's very busy in the morning, like phone-wise, and I don't like that because I hate being on the phones. But the good thing is that my day goes quicker in general, and when I get off of work, I can still do something if I need to or want to. Whereas before, when you're getting off work at 9 o'clock, especially with, you know, everything going on, everything's closed. Like even my grocery store closes at 9. So that sucks. And I'm not one to get up early in the morning, so at least I wasn't. Now I get up too early in the morning, and I haven't been able to figure that out, and I'm still kind of going to bed at the same time, which is usually between 2 and 4 a.m., and then getting up early on top of it. It kind of sucks, but eventually I hope I can get used to it. I think it's just because I've been working late shift for literally, it's been over a decade. Mind you, it's only a 2-hour difference, but for whatever reason it seems to be like a lot. Anyway, we're gonna do like almost all of these are fruits. I was gonna say we're gonna do the fruits first, but they're mostly fruits. So I guess we're gonna do the pineapples last, just in case they have that weird funkiness. I kind of want to do the strawberry first. I think we'll do the banana, the strawberry, the plum, and then maybe the cherry. I think that's how we'll do that. And then the pineapples, and then the non-fruit items. And then if we have time, I was thinking of mixing a couple of them together, because I feel like you can do something with a custard or a cheesecake with these flavors, like a strawberry something, like a strawberry pineapple custard might go well if the pineapple's not horrible. I don't know. Hello, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Other than that, I don't know what's been going on. I've been spending a lot of time with my dad and my siblings, more so than normal, because we always spend at least one day a week together, because we do like a game night, and before that we were doing bowling. But especially with like my dad's dad passing, I felt like more than ever, I feel like it would be good to have someone around, because I know he gets lonely because his shift sucks too. Like he's still on a late shift, and I don't know, if I was in the same circumstance or in a similar circumstance, I would want some kind of distraction, especially if I'm not a solitary person. Like my dad's a lot more outgoing and he likes being around people. I'm not that way. So yeah, being around people helps him. So I've been making a conscious effort to be more around him than normal. Anyway, so this is banana candy. All of these I did at 0.75. I don't remember if I've said that yet or not. Because basically the first flavor that came up, I think, was the strawberry, and they did it at 1.5. And I generally am half of whatever the median is. So I figured I'd just do them all 0.75. So I have no idea how strong these are. I did smell them all. They do actually all smell good, but smells can be deceiving, so we'll see. But this is the banana candy, so I'm hoping I don't have to mess with like percentages too much because I really don't feel like it. Now, I did read somebody's review on Reddit. I don't remember their name. It was a name I recognized, but my memory is crap. But they said it's not like the Runts that you're used to getting, like the TFA banana type things where you get that Runts flavor. Like, it's still been candied, but it's not that pungent, like in your face banana candy. It's more subtle. And that is what I'm getting. I'm definitely getting a Runts-ish type candy, but like the banana part of it isn't super crazy. I'm getting more of like the sweet tart part of like the Runt, like the inner part. It's good, actually. I actually like it better than like the traditional banana candied flavor. Yeah, it's got that sweet tart center, like, nailed pretty well, which is nice. And it's a different sweet tart than, like, the TFA sweetened tart or the Flavor Art bowl candy or whatever, because those kind of taste like sweet tartish. It's good. It's different. And I think the banana part of it can get buried pretty easily if you wanted it to be. Yeah. It's nice. I really dig the center part of it, that sweet tart, like crumbly, confectionery thing. I would actually vape this like in mixes and stuff. I do think I will get a lot of use out of this flavor, so that's nice. Because if you don't know, I mainly like fruits and candy type vapes. That's my go-to. That's why this release really interested me, because it's almost all fruits and things that, you know, I like. There were a couple that I didn't. Like I said, the papaya, I have no interest in it. I hate papaya. The tobacco I would have grabbed if I knew for 100% that it was new, but I didn't. And I generally don't like Flavor Arts tobaccos. I do want to revisit them at some point, but overall I don't. There's a couple I do like. I like their cigars. Their cigars are nice, but like their actual straight up tobaccos I typically don't. Or I just might not know how to use them, because Jen Winstead gave me a recipe of hers and it's really good, and it uses all Flavor Art. And it's all their tobaccos, so it could just be that I'm not familiar enough with them to know how to make them work for me. I don't know. They're definitely not as friendly as like Flavora's tobaccos. Next one we're going to do is strawberry. Now, if you don't know, I've been having issues tasting strawberry. I can usually taste it for like a pull or two and then it's gone. So we'll see how this goes. Are you talking about Purulum? So it's definitely one I was going to go over. It's one of my favorite Purulum flavors, if that gives you a spoiler. The coffee with condensed milk and caramel, whatever. It's a good one. Hello, James, Andrew, Leo, Forrest, Michael. So I can taste the strawberry, at least now. Like, if I were to continue vaping it, I don't know how long I would be able to taste it. It's supposed to be green banana. I don't know what green banana is. I don't know if they mean like unripened banana, like the green part near the stem. If that's not what they mean and it's like a straight up green strawberry, I have no idea what that is. I will say I don't get that, which is good because to me, like the unripened strawberry part is not good. But I do get strawberry. It tastes pretty much like a candy, like a strawberry sucker. Like, you know those foots that you get with it's like a Pop Rocks. I forget what it's called. It's not like Pop Rocks. It's like not off brand, but like an alternate brand. And it comes with a foot. And it's a strawberry sucker, and it's like kind of translucent and pink. It tastes like that. I know that's a kind of like obscure. I'm trying to think of other strawberry. Like, it's just like a strawberry sucker, hard candy kind of flavor. It's not overly like natural tasting to me, but it's good. I do like it, but I love strawberry. Strawberry is one of my favorite flavors, which is why I vaped it so much and muted myself to it. And at 0.75, it's fine. I might be able to bump it up to 1, but probably not much higher than that. For y'all, probably double that. So like between 1.5 and 2% probably. It does have some sweetness to it, a little bit of sourness. Maybe that's where the green comes in, is like it is a little bit sour. But I like sour things, so that isn't off-putting to me. Some people say they got kiwi from it. To me, strawberry and kiwi are pretty similar, so maybe that's why. I don't know that I necessarily get kiwi. Maybe it's the sourness from it that people are seeing kiwi from. I don't know, but it's good, whatever it is. It's definitely, I get strawberry from it. That's what I taste. A little bit sour, a little bit sweet, but it's good. I like it. Alright, next we're going to do the plum. And it looks like the flavor art sample, because they had a sample pack that had all the flavors in it. And I would have gotten that for Bull City, but like I said, there was a couple of them I didn't want, so that's the only reason I didn't. Because it would have been easier just to do it that way than doing it individually. And I wouldn't have missed 2 flavors, but whatever. I'm really picky about ice cream anyway, so I'm not so sad that I didn't get the ice cream or the tobacco, because they're flavors that I may have not liked anyway, but I'll probably eventually get them. So the next one is Jacote Plum. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's Jacote Plum. I've never had these type of plum. I've never heard of them. The only ones I'm familiar with are like they have like the darker skin, like a dark purple skin with the inner part that's kind of like orangish. Those are the ones I'm familiar with. And I've had a pluot, I think it's called, which is like a crossbreed between a plum and an apricot. Those are good. I think this is the closest thing I've had that actually tastes like a plum. That's exciting. So it's got that little bit of the peel, but not much, like the skin or whatever. But it's mostly the center, where it's like a little bit tart, or not tart, but a little sour, a little sweet. It's gonna be probably the theme of all these fruits, but I mean, it actually tastes like a plum, which is exciting because I've never had any other flavor that tastes like a plum to me. Like I think it was the SSA had a plum, and it smelled like a plum, but it didn't taste like a plum to me. I do quite like plums in real life, so that's nice. It actually tastes like a plum. And the 0.75 percentage seems to be working fine for all of these so far. I don't know that I'd bump them up too much if I had to. That's nice. I'm excited about that one. I always like getting flavors like that I don't have already, or flavors that haven't been nailed yet. Because I have so many at this point. I don't get super excited about flavors anymore. But these I was excited. Plus, I mean, Flavor Art doesn't really drop new flavors all that often. I feel like some of these companies, when they do like flavor after flavor after flavor, just kind of, it's like fast fashion type things. But I guess it depends on the company too. I had the blood plum from Vape Train, and I don't recall liking it. I'll see if I have notes about it. I haven't been good about putting my notes in ELR like I should. But I remember it didn't taste like plum to me. A lot of times when I taste a plum flavor, it'll taste grapey. I'm like pretty sensitive pretty much to any off note you can imagine. So like the medicinal parts of either grape or cherry, I'm very sensitive to. The musk in mangoes, I'm pretty sensitive to, although I do like most mangoes. There's a couple I don't like, but yeah. I remember it, if anything, off the top of my head, it being maybe a little bit grapey. This is the cherry juice. I think we have a first failure for me. It tastes like, for some reason, powdery, like baby powder. That's weird. I'm getting like straight up baby powder. Don't like that one. I'm interested to see like what other people get from this flavor. It's very strange. That's a first too. I can't say that I've ever tasted a cherry that tasted like baby powder before. It's like a perfumed powdery flavor, which is weird. I'm trying to see if there's any notes on this flavor yet. I did see the one person I read the reviews on, I think they got the flavors early, direct from either Bull City or maybe even Flavor Art themselves. I don't know. I knew there were a handful of people that had gotten them early. Oh, I haven't even put this in my stash yet. That's why it's not there. But they said it tasted like cherry juice. They didn't. I don't recall them saying there was any powdery off note. Yeah, like the Wonder Flavors. Well, I don't know about Champion Cola, but they're, what is that called? It's some kind of soda. I forget the name of it. Yeah, champagne soda. That might be the one I'm thinking of. But there is a Wonder Flavors flavor that is powdery and weird. Like a tropical baby powder. I don't know if it's that one though. But it could be. But yes, it has a similar note to that flavor, whatever it is. Alright, cherry juice. So, Pippa says that it's a non-offensive cherry candy. No sweet, not overly sweet, slight medicinal notes, but not overpowering. They did a 1.5 5. Another person liked it. They tested it at 2 to 3%. Maybe I just mixed it too low. That could be it. But yeah, I get powder from it. Or maybe I got a bad batch of it. I don't know. We'll revisit that at a later point. Yeah, so I guess it is the champagne soda. This is where the whole taste is subjective thing comes from, because some people are just sensitive to certain chemicals or whatever they use, components, and they'll get a weirdness from it, whereas other people don't get that. It's the same for that Flavorful cactus apple, how me and Fresh get pennies from it, like straight up copper, but other people don't get it at all. So, like, my dad didn't get it. Alright, so we're going to try these pineapples. I'm kind of nervous about these because, like I said, I cannot stand their regular pineapple. It's one of those that has a note in it that just is not compatible with me. And in general, I like pineapples. There's not many I don't like. But Flavor Arts was one of them. And I also didn't like their banana, but their banana candy is good, so, you know, who knows? We'll see. Not sure how Costa Rican pineapple is different than other pineapples, but I guess we'll find out. Hello, Truckin'. Okay, so the good thing is I don't get onions or burnt tires, so, I mean, that's a good thing. It is a little off-notey. I'm trying to, like, pinpoint what it is. It might be that it's a little too low. I do get a little plasticiness from it. I think that might be what I'm getting. Definitely not my favorite. But it's not terrible, and it might just be mixed too low. So that might be another one we have to revisit. We're going to do this Pina Colada next. It kind of makes sense just to stick with pineapples. And for reference, like my favorite pineapples, I like Vape Train Sugarloaf Pineapple, which is one that some people get off notes from. Like, I know Jarvis hated it, but I like that one. I like Wonder Flavors Pineapple Candy, and I actually like TFA's Pineapple. It's a little strong, but I still think it's good. But usually my go-tos are either the Wonder Flavors or the Vape Train one. And I think I like the SSA one as well. So this is the Pina Colada Brazilian. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of Flavor Arts Coconut. It's not terrible, but it's not like preferred. Coconut is another one that goes suntan lotion for me real easily. The coconuts I like are the Desiccated Coconut by Vape Train. I do like TFA Coconut Candy for like candy creamy type things. What's the other one I like? There was like one other coconut I liked. I don't remember what it is now. And this is one that might benefit from steeping because pina coladas are typically creamy. I do get pineapple. I do get a little bit of coconut. It's not overly suntanny, like lotion type thing. It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, I would probably vape this every now and then, but probably after like a couple days of steeping. And I might add a little bit more pineapple to it because I'm getting mostly coconut from it, like a coconut cream with like a hint of pineapple. But yeah, it's not bad. All right, now we're into the non-fruits. So we have cheesecake, cookie, and custard. Custard extra. And from what I read, all of these are supposed to be good. But then again, the person that I read the review on, they liked most of the flavors, so. But then again, I have liked most of these as well. I'll go over like my least favorite to favorite, whatever, at the end. And then we'll go over Pure Plum, what I like from them that is available at Bull City at the moment. So one thing about Pure Plum that I didn't like is that they were kind of hard to get. Like, you'd have to get them from Nicotine River. I think that's pretty much it. It might be like some other obscure places, but for the most part, it's where you got them from. Alright, I'm trying to think of which ones I want to do first. I think we're going to do the cookie last, just in case it's not good. Because like I said, I don't like their regular cookie. So, and it hasn't steeped at all. So, that's another thing. The custard hasn't steeped, but their regular custard I could vape, you know, straight away. So, not too concerned about that. We'll see. Custards that I like. Typically I like flavoras if I'm just looking for something ready to go, not offensive, goes with everything. That's like my go-to. I also like Inawera custard. It has a little bit more egginess to it, just a little bit, for something that's like more authentic. Don't remember how I felt about Wonder Flavors custard. Usually if I can't remember if it's good or bad, it's usually not bad, because the bad ones stand out to me, or I haven't used it yet. That could be possible too. I have kind of not been great about my single flavor testing. Pretty much if you haven't seen me do one on YouTube, it probably doesn't exist. It probably didn't happen. I just kind of throw it in a mix and see how it works. Okay, I can say right off the rip, it's very buttery, which a lot of people like that from a custard. Me, I don't so much. I'm not big on buttery anything in vapes. I just don't care for it. It's not terrible, but it wouldn't be my go-to one. I'd have to probably mix this with something to kind of like level out that buttery, because it's very buttery. It is creamy, so I mean that's good. Yeah, I don't get a ton of egg from it, which is good. I don't like egg in it. Maybe a little bit more than their regular one. But for whatever reason, it's reminding me of Capella's vanilla custard after it's steeped. So I feel like a lot of people would probably like this, because a lot of people love the Capella vanilla custard after it's steeped for like a month. And this is giving me kind of that vibe, but like not as eggy as that one. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like it. It's not really my thing. I don't like super rich vapes. I just don't. It is pretty impressive that it's giving off that flavor after only, like, I literally mixed these at like midnight last night. So it's been 12 hours. And custards are notorious for having to sit forever, similar to tobaccos, some tobaccos. But yeah. Next thing I'm going to do is the Cheesecake Olympus, whatever. I don't remember if I liked their... I think the only other cheesecake they had was the one that had strawberries in it. I don't remember being horribly impressed by it. So we'll see. I think this is one that definitely needs to be bumped up a little bit. I get a lot of the crust from it. Like an almost coconutty, like the typical crust that you get like from TFA, that it's like kind of coconut biscuity. Almost like an Aware biscuit type cookie crust thing. It also probably could use a little bit of a steep anyway. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with that one. The cheesecake note is thin, but again, it could just be that it's just mixed too low. So I am going to add a little bit of flavor to it. Probably bump it up to at least 1% and then let it sit. I don't know how I'll update y'all because, as I'm sure you've noticed, I have not been consistent at all here. I pretty much just come on when I feel like it, which hasn't been much lately. Hello, Adam. I was kind of waiting for these flavors, to be honest. I knew they were coming out soon. I was just waiting for Bull City to get a hold of them and them to be released. So I was kind of holding off on that. Because other than that, I don't really have anything new to go over. So, we'll blame that. Just like we blamed the Flavora launch for releasing late for the last time I wasn't on for forever. Because I was waiting on those too. I really wanted to do those. Especially because of that blue raspberry that everyone was raving about. Some interesting things is that my stepmom is now going to be trying her hand at mixing. Because apparently Ohio has brought in a huge tax on e-liquid, making it very expensive to buy anything. So she said, F that. I'm going to try DIY. So, you know, I sent her to Bull City. She's just waiting on Nick now, which should be coming tomorrow. I don't know when she'll actually start doing it, but she has everything she needs at this point except the Nick, which was a little bit difficult to get. Because, like, there was at least 2 places that weren't shipping out commercially anymore, so she ended up getting it from Vaping Zone, which will be interesting. Because I've had their flavors before, but I've never had their Nick, so we'll see. So that's the cheesecake. I'm going to add more to, what was it, cherry? And the pineapple. We only have one more flavor left to go over, and it's the vanilla cookie. Like I said, for whatever reason, they didn't have vanilla wafer, which I thought was kind of odd, but I do want that flavor, so it's kind of in my notes to get if I ever come across it. The problem is like I'll probably end up having to get it from like probably Chef's or somewhere like that, and I don't buy from them all that often. It's not like I need flavors, so who knows how long it'll be before I get a hold of that. Maybe for the next Noted, because I am on Noted again in like a month and a half or so. That's usually when I end up having to buy like more obscure flavors. So maybe that I'll be able to grab it. Oh, and Mix and Vixens tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing a fruit mix. Mine is really good, so if you like fruity things, you might want to check that out. Not sure what the other girls have come up with, but mine is good. All right. Oh, and I did get the Drop V2, or I think that's what it is, the V2. Mainly because I like the drop deck. Like I have 2 drop deads, a regular drop, a drop solo. I have a lot of them. So when this was a thing, I was like, okay, I want it. It's just like that. And at first I thought I hated it and I wasn't going to be able to use it for anything. But it turns out that it does work well for tobaccos. And I'm assuming like bakery types. So I'll use it for that. But with fruits, for whatever reason, it's just not good. I'm guessing the airflow on it. But it's always disappointing when you get like a new piece of equipment and you don't end up liking it. I have plenty of RDAs that just sit in a drawer. Which is good because I have backups in case, you know, I can't get a hold of anything, but they don't really get used. And then there's just some I don't use. Like this one, there's nothing wrong with it. I just haven't really used it. But I started using it for testers because it's small and compact, and I mean, it has good flavor on it. So that's what I've been using it for lately, is for single flavor testing. And this came from Addie Tooney. It was a gift. He drilled out the little hole, because the hole that comes with it, stock, is super small, because this is a fairly old RDA. Anyway, so this last one is the vanilla cookie. Like I said before, I don't like the regular cookies, so we'll see. I'm very sensitive to AP. I don't like acetylpyrazine. So yeah, that's generally why I don't like most cookies, is that flavor just isn't buried enough for me to like it or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Innerware biscuit has a lot of it in there, but for whatever reason I don't really like that flavor, so it just depends on, I guess, how it's composed or what it's mixed with. It's not horrible. Might have to do a new wick for this one. I was trying to drip over all of it, but I'm getting too much of that custard still. The good news is the flavor I'm getting from the actual cookie is actually really good. So the thing I liked by smelling this flavor is and this is gonna sound weird, but it smelled like it had a lot of like texture to it, like that crumbly texture that's in a cookie. Don't tell me how I could smell that. I don't know. But that is what I'm getting from like vaping it, which I think is missing in a lot of cookies. Like Capella sugar cookie has a texture, but it's like a very dense, chewy almost texture to it, which is good. I like that flavor a lot. But sometimes you want a more granulated, like crumbly type cookie where you can taste, I guess, the grain in it or whatever. Like, I guess it's grainy would be a better descriptive term, but in a good way. But I kind of want to test it with a brand new wick just to see. Well, it's not horrible is actually a compliment in my book because, like I said, I hate the regular cookie. I try not to be biased towards anything, but it's like if I already have experience with a flavoring company and a similar flavor that I hate, it does make me a little bit weary. It's like, is this going to be similar to that other flavor I hate? Like the pineapple. So that it's not horrible was more so it's not so much like the Flavor Arc regular cookie, so that's, in my opinion, good. I know, again, a lot of people like that flavor. I just don't. And at 0.75, I'm getting plenty. Like, there's really only a couple that I think I may have to bump up, and I did. So we'll see down the line how that turns out. If I remember, I'll let you know. If it improves any. Like that cherry, I don't know if that's going to improve. Usually if I get an off note like that, increasing the flavor is only going to make it more prominent. But to give it a benefit of doubt, I did add a little bit to it to bump it up. I bumped them all up. The pineapple, the cheesecake, and the cherry up to 1%. Yeah, it's a nice cookie. It's got a light vanilla note to it. Well, I wouldn't say light. It's a vanilla note. If I had to compare, like, it's probably like a Tahiti, like their Flavor Arc Tahiti, or maybe their regular, because they have like 3 different vanillas. It's not the bourbon one, I can tell you that. I don't get the bourbon from it. But yeah, it does have texture. A nice texture, like the crumbly thing I was talking about. Why aren't you being better? I try to use the search feature in Bull City and it's not working the way I want it to. Maybe if I sort by... No. So they have vanilla bourbon, vanilla Tahiti. I thought they had, oh, vanilla classic, I think it was called. I would say it's probably more of like the classic vanilla, because Tahiti is a little bit floral. I don't get floral from this. But yeah, it's a nice vanilla, nice cookie note, little crumbly, not overly sweet, but it is sweet. I wouldn't vape this by itself, but I don't think that's really what it's meant to do. But I feel like it would be a good cookie base for a more hard type cookie. I'm impressed. So yeah, we had pretty good luck with these. My favorite... that's hard. Because, like, honestly, the first 3 were definitely, like, the top. Like, it kind of all went a little bit downhill from there just because those I liked so much. So, not that they were bad or anything, it's just, I just happened to start with the favorite of the bunch. I really like the plum because it actually tastes like a plum, like just your standard. They almost look like a black plum, but it's like a dark purple color with like the peachy inside fleshy part. It's a little bit sour, a little bit sweet. It's really, really good. I guess I'd probably have to put that number one just because I don't have any other plum flavors that are good that actually taste like plum to me. So yeah, I would put that number one. I really like the banana candy, which was surprising to me because I don't like dislike the Runts flavor, but it's not something that I typically go for. Like if I want banana, it's generally I want more of a natural banana. But this banana candy is unique in that it's not super runty like what you're used to. It tastes more like the actual candy and more of like the inner part where it's like that sweet tart, like where it's like that powdery sugar type flavor. So it's really good. I do like it. The strawberry green I also really like. It's more of like a candied strawberry though. It's a little bit sour, but it's good. I'm just worried that if I keep vaping it, I won't be able to taste it for long because, again, I can't taste strawberry very well. But I do like that flavor. Then from there, I guess cookie would be next because I really do like that flavor that we just went over, so I'm not going to repeat myself there. And then I guess pina colada would be next. Not like over the moon about it. I wouldn't even necessarily say that you have to run out and get it. But if you like pina coladas and you don't have one that you like already, it might be something to look into. But for me, it's okay. It's not anything crazy. And then the other flavors are either just not my thing or they need to be bumped up. Like the cheesecake, I think has a little bit of potential, but it's just I mixed it too low because at 0.75%, I'm just getting a very vague, thin cheesecake impression more than like a flavor and a bit of crust to it. So I personally get crust out of this. I don't know if other people will, but I definitely get crust out of it. It's not an offensive crust. It's more of like the TFA type crust where it's a little bit coconutty, whatever. The Costa Rican pineapple again is okay. I do think that it might need to be bumped up a little bit. It's not going to be my go-to pineapple by any means. I don't even know that I would use it just because I have other pineapples I prefer more. The custard, it's a good custard for people that like a very buttery, rich custard. I just don't. I like something that's not that. I like the Flavora custard, I like Inawera custard, and yeah, that's pretty much my go-tos. Oh, I do like premium custard by Flavor Art, but I really have to want something rich to use that one because it is pretty rich. And then the cherry would probably be my least favorite, only because I'm getting an off note from it. There's something in it that comes across as powdered, like baby powder to me. So yeah, I don't get any cherry whatsoever. I just get powder. So I did increase it a little bit to see if that helps, but I honestly don't think it will, but we'll see. So yeah, all in all, I'm happy. There's a couple other flavors that I wanted to try, but I didn't really want to go through them all. It's just a lot. So now I want to talk about Purelum. So Bull City started carrying Purelum, and there's been a couple of flavors that we've used. I know I've personally used from Purelum, like during mixing Vixens and whatnot. I try to avoid them though because I know that they're harder to get for some people, so that's why I don't use them very often. So now that Bull City carries them, I feel a little better about, using them every now and then. So out of the ones that they have, I would recommend, I do like buttermint. They're just like those little after dinner mint things. I haven't tried, I think it's Flavora's mint candy yet. Those are supposed to be kind of like those, so I don't know how those compare, but the Purelum buttermint just tastes like those mints. So if you like the after dinner, like multicolored chalky buttermint things, then you might want to grab that. Cheesecake with graham crust from them is also good. I do prefer their New York cheesecake. I know I personally use that probably the most out of these flavors during mix-ins. It's a very nice inner part of the cheesecake. Because what I find with cheesecakes is that they either have too much of the center or too much of the crust. So I usually end up having to layer them to get like my, you know, perfect ratio between the two. So this I will add to a cheesecake to add more of that inner filling that isn't like pungent, because I like Capella's New York cheesecake, but it is a little funky, and that's what like Emily doesn't like about it. It has that little bit of funkiness, but she doesn't get that from the Pure Lum New York cheesecake. So if you like cheesecake, I definitely would grab that one. It's a really good flavor. They also have the coffee with sweet milk and caramel. This one I like a lot. It was actually one of the first coffee like vapes that I actually really enjoyed. It tastes to me like caramel frappuccino from Starbucks. So if you've ever had that, to me it's like spot on. That's what it tastes like. The coffee's not offensive. It's not like that Kona skunky type of coffee that I don't like. Like, I don't like Flavor Arts coffees. I'm sorry. I don't like espresso and all the other stuff from them. I just don't. So I'm pretty picky about my coffees, and this one is really nice. Similarly, the condensed milk by them is good. So if you're looking for a good one of those, they have it. Country Apple is also like one of probably the top flavors that I've heard people rave about from Pure Lum. It's just a nice, almost cooked apple. So it's really good in apple pies or fritters or anything like that where you want a more baked kind of apple. Very, very good. And I'm not even big on apple vapes, and I like that flavor. Golden Pineapple is okay. It's nothing crazy. A lot of people like the vanilla wafer with milk. I personally don't, but again, it's because of the cookie note in it. I don't like the cookie note in it. But if you're not sensitive to that, or you like Flavor Arts cookie, for example, you probably like this. It's probably the closest to an actual vanilla wafer that I've tried, but it has like that weird note that I just don't like. I hope I'm not talking to myself because no one's saying anything. It's kind of freaking me out. Make sure I'm still alive. Okay, I am. I don't have much experience with their Simply Cake, so I can't really tell you about that one, or their strawberries or raspberries. They didn't stand out to me if I've had them. The toasted coconut cheesecake. If you like coconut, especially toasted coconut, I would definitely grab this flavor. It's the only flavor that I've tried personally that tastes like a toasted coconut. Desiccated coconut by Vape Train would be the closest to it, but that's more of a dried, like dehydrated coconut, whereas this is an actual toasted coconut flavor. For me, the cheesecake isn't super prominent, but that seems to vary. I think Fresh was one that said he gets a lot of cheesecake from it. I don't, but if you like cheesecake and don't mind it, you know, I would definitely grab this flavor. It's unique. Their watermelon's also good. If you like a more, to me, it's like the better version of Loran's watermelon. Like, I really like Loran's watermelon. It tastes like that Jolly Rancher artificial watermelon flavor, but it does have a little bit of a almost harshness to it, whereas Pure Lum watermelon doesn't. So if you like that Jolly Rancher type flavor, I would definitely check it out. And I think I've heard people like White Peach. I don't really like peach vapes, but it's another one I've heard some things about. And that's about it. They have other flavors there, but they're either I haven't had them or they're just nothing special. Like, their banana is okay, but to me there's plenty of other bananas that are also good. Like the SSA banana is good. The Wonder Flavors banana puree is good, so it's not really a must get type thing. But yeah, I would definitely check them out. I guess top 3 I would recommend is definitely that New York cheesecake. If you like cheesecakes, it's perfect for like that center part that isn't, you know, gross. Like, it doesn't have that butyric, you know, funk to it. Country Apple if you like apples, like a baked apple type thing. And Probably the toasted cheesecake, coconut cheesecake, just because it's different. It's unique, which at this point of the game, that's why I would go for is something that's different and unique. Man, there must be like a huge delay or something. But yeah, Pure Lemon Buttermint is what I was talking about like 10 minutes ago. But yeah, it does have a buttermint and tastes like the buttermints. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I got. I think I've been on here long enough. I actually got through those quicker than I thought, considering how many flavors I had. Like I said, I'll try to report back on if upping the percentage on those 3 flavors, the Costa Rica Pineapple, Cheesecake, and Cherry, if increasing percentages does anything beneficial, or like steeping does anything to them. I'll try to let you know one way or another. But other than that, that's all I got. Like I said, Mix and Vixens is on tonight. We had last week off for Father's Day, but we're back regular schedule. I don't know when our next day off would be. I'd have to talk to the girls, because we made it a collective decision to take off, any holiday that ends up landing on a Sunday, or maybe even around that Sunday, just because it's easier to have everyone have the day off. It gives our tech producer the day off to spend with his family, and just in case people have to like travel or have last minute plans to do something, because that's happened a few times where day of someone will have something pop up for the holiday that they have to go to, and then it's easier if we just all have it off and then we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, the only thing I can see somewhat soon is 4th of July, but I don't know. Actually, yeah, that lands on a Sunday, don't it? So I guess we'd have that day off. But we're on tonight is basically the point. So check us out, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing that. It's like a drink, and it's in a watermelon shell, and it's got a bunch of fruits in it. It's got limes and oranges and a bunch of stuff in there. So if you like fruity stuff, I would definitely not miss tonight. Like I said, I like my mix. My mix is really good. So check it out. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Probably play some video games. But everyone be well, stay safe, and yeah, I'm gonna leave. I can't remember which stop streaming I have to do. I think it's here.